Hello, I'm Peter and I'd like to talk about WebAssembly music on Near protocol, and this is my little studio here with a MIDI keyboard and speakers, and the computer is recording so you cannot see that, but let me show you. So the first thing is, what is WebAssembly music? And it's about this browser technology called WebAssembly, which makes it possible to run code written in different languages near native speeds, which means that it almost runs as fast as a desktop app. So my music is created using this technology, and it's running 100% in the web browser. So there's also a technology called Audio Worklet, which is part of the Web Audio API, and which makes it possible for me to play this keyboard here, this MIDI keyboard that is connected to the computer, to the WebAssembly binary code, and that makes it possible to generate instruments and sounds in real time. So there are no recorded instruments here, no recorded piano or flute or guitar or anything. It's all calculated in real time and generated by this WebAssembly technology. And what I'm going to show you now is a live coding environment for creating music. So what I got here is actually JavaScript on the left side, which is used for creating the melodies, the music itself. So here you have commands for notes and how long they are going to last, the duration, and how hard you hit it on the keyboard. So that's the velocity. And on the right side here, it's the code for the instruments itself. So here is, for example, the piano, which I'm going to play for you right now. So it's, well, you can hear. And for example, you can just see that if I change something in the code, that will also change the sound. So let's go back to how it was. And I got a few instruments here. So for example, there's a string here as well. And there are more things like the drums. And we can play with a guitar. And why not a flute, for example? So that's it, and you may wonder what the music is here on the left side. So I'll just play that for you as well. And as you see here, I have some piano section here as well. So I can just enable that by uncommenting here in the code. And let's play the flute on top of that. So that's the live coding music web application, all in the browser. And when I create this music for uploading to the blockchain, I will just use this here to generate a WebAssembly binary module, which is very small, just a few kilobytes, that I can put on the blockchain. So I will talk a little more about this right now. So, but first, why Near? I was looking for a blockchain that was using WebAssembly. Because of what I just told you, WebAssembly is a technology that makes it possible to write in many different languages, and you have all these security and performance features because it's made for living in the browser, and then it has to have all these sandbox and security features that is needed for a safe browsing environment, for a safe browser experience. And this is also the case for on the server side, which is the case with Near. It actually uses WebAssembly on the server side for smart contracts. And then it was also a great thing for me to be able to use assembly script, which is the same language as I use for creating instruments. So I could actually use assembly scripts for creating smart contracts too, and that's what I do. And the content, which is in my case the WebAssembly binaries that contains all the information for playing the music. It contains all the notes, all the algorithms, the math for creating the instrument sounds, and all of that. It's just a few kilobytes that can be uploaded and stored on the blockchain, on the Near blockchain. And then it's, for me then, I don't need any cloud services for storage, or I don't need it for functions, because that's the smart contract itself. And also Near has this named account, so all the mechanisms needed for authenticating users, it's already in place, which is so it's kind of for me it's a complete platform for publishing and selling music, and also creating various ways of user interactions. So I have some examples of stream monetization and community interaction with remixing and revenue sharing. So I will show you that. And what does on-chain mean? Well, as I already said, that means that everything is stored on the blockchain. So there's no external storage involved, no IPFS, no RViv, and of course this wouldn't work for an audio file, which is normally an MP3 file. It's like 1 megabyte per minute. So, but here, when we are just having all the music represented in a WebAssembly binary, then it's just a few kilobytes, and we can easily upload that on the Near blockchain. So, and there's also a project I use called Web3 for Near, which is by Vlad at Near Protocol, and that makes it possible to store the entire web app on the blockchain, and I can host it from there. So like you see here, the domain names are .near.page, and this is the address of my smart contract. So that will bring you to where my NFTs are hosted. And so since I don't need to pay for any subscription to a cloud storage, it's just on the chain. So no matter what I decide to do or what happens, this will always stay on the blockchain because of this project, which makes it possible to host everything on chain. So and the story about my projects, the first WebAssembly music project I did on Near. Actually, this was one of the first WebAssembly music projects, long before I thought about using Near for it. So the song here is maybe the first WebAssembly music song that was kind of known to in the public. So it's how this project was discovered, and it was demonstrated at the WebAssembly Summit in 2020. So, but here the thing for me, when I wanted to try this on Near, I just wanted to try to store this music on Near. So this NFT page here is very simple. It's not a player or anything like that. It's just a button for downloading the content and buying it, and if you are the owner, you can also sell it for whatever price you want. So But the thing is here that the smart contract will only allow the owner to download it. Of course, it's already on the blockchain, so everyone can see it, but still they can only, it's you as the owner who has the access to initiate the download transaction. So, and the point here was just to demonstrate storing the music, a piece of music, entirely on the Near blockchain. And we can listen to this song, which is one of, as I told you, one of the first songs on I did using WebAssembly music. So instruments are really simple. It was one of the first instruments I created with WebAssembly, so this is a very simple electronic, I don't know if it's correct to call it a piano even, but electric piano should do. So and you can hear the pads, for example. Very electronic style instruments that you can see here, just using very simple oscillators for everything. So, but let's move on and to the second NFT experience I created on there, and then it was more about having a UI where everyone could press the play button and listen to it, and there was also a mixer just to demonstrate that this is music being rendered in real time. So in the beginning it's just pianos. Just have to go on the page to see and listen more, but the point here was again to store it on chain, and this time also the web UI, everything is stored on the blockchain. Yeah, that's also the case with the first now, but that was the possibility of the Web3 thing. So everything, the player, the WebAssembly music, the NFT content, everything is stored on the chain. And the remixable NFT, that was the third project I did. I wanted to have some more user interaction, and as you can see here, there are a lot of user posted remixes, and we can just go on and listen to it. So here's one. There's another one here, so it just combines the different parts of this music piece. So I can turn on the drums here, for example. And there are the interesting thing here is that if someone buys the remix, if someone decides to buy it, then they will get a percentage of the author of the remix will get a percentage of the sales amount. So this is kind of a experiment, or just checking out how to split revenues and have some user interaction and have the community involved. So it's very nice to see all those remixes being posted here, and I still see some new coming up every once in a while. So let's go on. So the next slide. And now it was about creating a digital audio workstation on the blockchain. So that means that it's possible for the users to create their own music and to publish it directly on chain. And I had to create a little more user-friendly UI that didn't require programming the music, and the instruments are pre-generated, so you get instruments that are ready. It's still rendered in real time by algorithms, so there's no recorded instruments, but you don't have to write the code yourself for creating them. And we can have a look here. So here we go. Here we see that there's a piano roll, which is well, let's just play something that we got here. Insert things, and so this is how you create music with this one. There's a separate video for this on my YouTube channel if you want to look more into how you should actually use this. But and what you can do then is, when you have created your music, you can publish it, and then it will appear here, and we can listen to some of the things that are uploaded. It's mostly by me now. Anyone can upload. And this is a special one, which is for the next song I'm going to play for you. It's the owner is Libeskin Arts, and I will tell you a bit more things done with together with Libeskin Arts later. But let's move on to the next, which is the music space trail. And what I want to experiment with here, what I want to try was to, one thing is to visualize music, but also to create an exhibition experience, so that you had to buy some credits. It's not exactly tokens, but you can think of it as tokens that you buy to be able to spend for visiting this exhibition. And it demonstrates a pay-per-stream model. So let's go into it. And what will happen here is that when you press play, you will be deducted 1 credit here, which we can do. And then it's creating a transaction for content download, and now it starts playing, and you're dragged into the music. So the notes come towards you, and soon you will hear the strings come in. You see they're coming right now. Fast forward and reverse. I have to buy more credits now. So and the owner of the NFT, Libeskin Arts in this case, they will get the credits that I spend, that they will get it. So that's another thing with this monetization model. So, and you can, I have some stuff too for giving away credits, and yeah, that's for another session. So other works I'd like to show you is this great not remix, which was hosted by Libeskin Arts and NXM. And here I was using WebAssembly music for remixing audio recordings, which is a new thing because normally I haven't been using recorded audio at all, but the thing here was that it was a ready-made set of audio NFTs that was supposed to be remixed, and we created an audio NFT for this, for the resulting remix on Mintbase, so you should check it out there. But I will show you how this remixing works. So here again, here, okay, here's the final result of the remix. And if we go to one of the audio players here, and I'll turn off the sequencer, and then I can play the various sounds, the various recordings here. And this is an interesting instrument, an interesting sound, because this is what I actually turned into an instrument that you can play with the keyboard. So just by moving up here, I can show it. This is using this special synthesis technique. So, but instead of feeding it with random numbers, then I'm feeding it with some audio, recorded audio, which works quite nice. So, and there are some others too here. So. Approaching the end of this talk, the future, will of course create a lot more music. That's what I think is fun here. That's what I enjoy, and that's what I will spend most of my time on, using this project, and more instruments, and more experiments and demos on there. I think this is a very good basis for publishing the NFTs and creating various experiences, as you have already seen. So, which brings me here, and I just have to say thank you for watching, and I will just play for you here in the end.